President Trump headed to the Texas border yesterday, CNN hoped that they'd be able to catch him in a lie and prove there isn't a crisis at all. So a San Diego TV station says CNN reached out for help with their expose. Well, the network was apparently not happy with the reportage that KUSI shared with them. Watch.
As a sign of the times in this debate on the shutdown, CNN asked if KUSI would provide a reporter to offer our local view of the debate, especially to learn if the wall works in San Diego.
KUSI offered our own Dan Plant, who's reported many times that the wall is not an issue here. In fact, most officials believe it is effective. The issue we face is the migrants and the debate over their treatment.
Now, knowing this, CNN declined to have us on their programs, which often present the wall as not required in other places, like the stretch of the Texas border the president visited earlier today. They didn't like what they heard from us.
It's just some background for you.
James Earl Jones needs to get his voiceover back. This is CNN. Joining me now exclusively, KUSI reporter Dan Plant, who does a great job. Dan, I've seen you reporting for a long time. What can you tell me about the discussion that you all had with CNN, and did they explain their sudden lack of interest in working with you?
Well, you know, they actually did a response, and good evening, by the way. How you doing?
Great to see you.
From San Diego, America's finest city. Yeah, so here's what happened. You know, every morning in the news department, we talk about what we're going to do for the day. We talk about the local news. We talk about the national news. And the only affiliate we have is CNN because we're an independently family-owned station here in San Diego that likes to tell the truth. So when they called up and said, hey, we would like one of your reporters to sort of fill in the gaps, we're doing a story about how the border wall really doesn't work and they're not that effective. Well, we got back to them. We said, hey, we'd love to do a little talk back with you because I'm the reporter on the border. I've been there for many, many years, as you know, and made friends with a lot of the Border Patrol agents, personal friends at this point. But when we called back and said, look, we'd be more than happy to provide Dan Plant for you, but he's going to tell you what the Border Patrol agents tell him, and that is that the border walls work.
You actually interview people. It cuts against the narrative that CNN is putting out there, that the border wall is basically racist, it doesn't work, it's a waste of money, no one wants it. It worked at Imperial Beach in San Diego. That whole area changed for the better once that significant barrier went up. But they said today in a response, and I should read it to be fair here, they said, we called several local stations to book someone for a show. We didn't end up booking any of them. This happens every day, many times a day. We did, however, book a reporter from KUSI for a story on immigration and the border wall in November. This is a non-story. Hashtag facts first. Quick sum up.
Well, the quick summary is that we were saying things that they didn't want to hear. We were telling them the truth. What we were going to tell them was, hey, these things work. And from our experience here, from being 20 years here in San Diego as a news reporter, covering many, many border stories down there and talking to the people who work on the border, that the border fences work. And that is not the narrative that they wanted to hear.
Thank you for doing your reporting. And frankly, I don't believe CNN's explanation on this at all. It just doesn't
Well,
wash.
we just try to tell the truth, Laura. We just try to tell the truth.
All right, thank you so much.
No agenda here. Yeah.
All right, Dan, thanks so much for being here.
All right.